today I want to talk about the topic of language learning in Paris. So let's get on. Okay, so yeah, I like to text people. These models keep looking at me even if I change a textbook. Well, for the Asians like me who are not really used to the intense eye contact, I feel really uncomfortable using this textbook, to be honest with you. But anyways, so why I start studying in French language school, how much roughly costed, and how was it, to be honest. That kind of topic I'm gonna cover today. So I studied French back in Japan from time to time because my dream was at that time was becoming a pâtissier, and my mom told me that if I want to be a cake baker, I need to master baking in France, working with French people. So I took it seriously. I started learning French at the age of 16, watching the language program on TV, learning the basic greetings and basic grammar, and I took the French as a second language in university, and I sucked at it. The grammar, I sucked at it. I remember when I started studying English, I sucked at grammar. But the difference is English grammar is pretty simple and English is more flexible than French. And I loved watching the movies, Hollywood movies, and listen to UK or US pop rock music, sometimes R&B, sometimes hip-hop. So I love the culture of English-speaking countries, so that kept me studying English. But on the other hand, French, I love food, I love wines, I loved art, but I don't necessarily have to read a book in French to get the information about art, right? Or cooking or baking. I could get the information in Japanese and English, so I didn't have to. So once I hate studying French grammar, I stopped it. But from time to time, I paid myself to go to the French language conversation exchange class back in Japan, and it helped me speak the basic stuff. But when I came here, I stopped going to the school back in Japan for a long time, so I couldn't really speak. And on my first day, the language school called EFI, it's situated in the city called Malais. It's in Paris. And they required me to do the verbal tests. They told me that I have to do the writing tests as well. But since I didn't really understand their French, they just go on doing the oral test, and they asked me to do the self-introduction. They asked me to describe what's going on in the picture they gave me, and I get the level 2 class. Now, level 2, where am I? So there are the basic level, 4 levels in French language. So level 1 is called A1. It's the basic level for the people who starts to study French. And the level 2 is called A2. And this level is for the people who have studied French and who know the basic French but struggles to speak and struggles to understand the grammatical stuff in French. And I started there, the A2, the level 2. And at one level there is a level 3 called B1. And B1 is for the people who have the basic French skill, and that's the level for people to practicing expressing themselves, expressing their opinions, do the debate, and write something in French. And yeah, increase the vocabulary. And up one level is B2. It's for the people who want to work in France and they need to have more vocabulary than B3. And I'm on then B1. So I'm on B1. So A1, A2, B1, B2. And I'm on B1 right now, which is amazing because it took me 4 months to up-level myself from A2 to B1, and it has been a struggle. So that's why I wanted to make this video to show you my growth process and whether paying and going for the French language school worth it or not. So at first, text-wise, I used this text, and the teacher told me that this textbook, Alter Ego Plus, is used in all over the world who wants to study French. So that's cool. The topic varies from the expat life in France, or the news article, or blogs, or the students talking about the future goals, and movies, and artists, and interns, and all that. So these, and with the basic grammar items, explanations, and exercises. So this has full of the knowledge you need to live in France. And to be honest with you guys, I hated it. It's so boring. It's so boring. And I didn't really think that I could use vocabulary or phrases stated here. But one day when I turn on my TV, that's French TV, so obviously they all in French. But I don't remember why, but I turned on my French TV and I happened to see one news TV program, and they used the exact same words and ways to explain what happened. And it was like a car accident. I don't really remember, but I was so surprised I could understand it. And that's when I knew that, actually, I could use this textbook, even if it's so boring. And then, after 3.5 months, my class of level 2, because my level 2 class has less and less students, because people sometimes take longer class and shorter class, they just gone away in 1 week or 2 weeks. The teacher decided to merge me into the B1 class, and I have to buy this one, and this one has full of discussion topics, which is fantastic, but also it has no grammar practice or exercise. I guess at the end of the chapter they're awesome, but it's not the focus on the level 3 aka B1 class. It's for us to just express myself. So what I'm struggling with right now is teachers don't really correct my French. They focus on letting students speak. So yes, I get used to speaking French, that's good. But I never know my French is grammatically correct or not, and I don't want to sound like 6-year-old or 7-year-olds. So I need someone to correct my French. That's the thing I have to think about. That's the overall textbook. And as for the class style, I got into the group class. So maximum there are 9 students with me studying together. And if you are with the students from Spain, Italy, and Portugal, it could be like a battlefield. Because the teachers don't really assign people to speak. Sometimes they do if a couple of Asian students don't speak up, but they usually just open up the questions like anybody who wants to answer, and mostly the Spanish people or people from Italy answered all the questions because their language are similar to French and the vocabulary, some of them are similar. So they went ahead and speak. So it's first time I got a struggle how I could grab my space to speak. But I realized that the teacher could wait So if I started to speak like I think or no, I don't agree with you, the teachers will wait for me to speak even if I struggle for words. And when other people try to cut in, sometimes they stop them for distracting me. So that's really helping. To be honest, overall, do I feel like it worth paying to go to language school? I guess yes. At first 3 months, I didn't really feel like that. I thought that it's completely a waste of money. If I had the time and space to talk with French 101, that could be great. But the thing is, there are some website platform for you to find 101 language exchange with people. Sometimes, especially male French people, send me the weird texts, like they sounded like they're looking for dates, and I just want to speak French and I just want someone to correct my French, and I don't have much good experience with that. So I gave up doing 101 language exchange thing, but people love that kind of stuff. So if you're courageous enough to do 101 conversation with French, that's good and that's better because you have all your time and space to talk. But what I want to say is, if you don't do that thing, if you could be aggressive about speaking French in language school, that might be suffice, because that sufficed for me at least. And after 4 months, I started to speak French like a newborn baby. I feel like I finally get like 4 years old or 5 years old where I could speak French in the basic words. So if you're introvert or if you don't feel like going to the language exchange, don't worry. If you enroll into language school, you pay yourself for the time and space to speak French, but you have to fight for it. That's why if you are so introvert, I recommend you to enroll yourself into 101 class, even if it's expensive, because that's gonna pay off. Because there are a couple of students, in fact, that won't open up their mouths. And it's such a shame, right? Because you are there. I guess they're learning, because when the introverts open their mouth, they use beautiful French, better French than any other extroverts. But the thing is, if you want to practice French and learn French as fast as you want, I will recommend you to pay for the 101 class. Okay, I think I have to mention the fee. So as for the school I went, it's called EFI. It costed me around 60,000 yen. So it's roughly about $6,000 roughly for March, April. So at the end of March, so it's almost like April, May, June, July, August. So 5 months of lesson, it's like $6,000. So if you do the math, it's not really expensive because it's a group class, but you have to be patient. I struggle so much, and finally my effort is paying off, and I don't even study French for a whole day. I'm kind of a housewife right now, but I study French lesson in 1 hour every day. But then I started to speak French, so that's a good thing. I wanted to tell you that. So I guess that's it. If you have any questions or feedbacks about this video, please write a comment in the comment section below. And if you like it, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, my friend, take care. Bye.